Both superstars come into this matchup with a lot to prove.
Harsh impact.
Boom! You gotta believe this one's over. What a stomp. Good grief. Uh-oh. Woo-wee. Oh, the old Oscar. My favorite. The champion into the cover.
Bayley quickly getting the shoulder up.
That's either sheer genius or complete stupidity, Cole. Dominating shoulder tackle.
Bayley on her heels now.
Though we've seen her come back from worse in the past.
If you're worried about her now, you haven't seen many of her matches. She can withstand so much more punishment than this.
But it's still early here, guys. It's going to take a whole heck of a lot more than this to keep her down.
Got the shoulders down.
Bayley with an easy kick out there.
And the match continues.
Big time slam. Vicious.
Bayley is showing she can talk trash and taunt with the best of them. Whether it's in a ring, an octagon, or on the big screen, Ronda Rousey has truly embodied her nickname, the baddest woman on the planet. And that's a title she puts on the line every time she fights.
And she's back in the ring now.
Byron touched on Ronda Rousey's nickname as the baddest woman on the planet. Her Olympic, MMA, and WWE careers certainly support the name that the public gave her, but oh no, we know what this is.
She's almost out of it.
No, she escapes it.
Yeah, I don't know if she had it locked in fully, Michael.
Ronda Rousey's done playing. Since day one of arriving in WWE, Ronda Rousey is always... and she gets out of it.
She has renewed life now, Michael.
Shoulder tackle.
Speaking about Ronda earning her keep, Byron alluded to how Ronda isn't here for a quick cash grab. She's here to be the best. That said, some of our female superstars are a little embarrassed with the attention and opportunities Ronda's had.
Well, major opportunities came quickly for Ronda, true, but remember, she was challenged into them. She came into WWE with a humble attitude to rise up the ranks, but she just found herself at the top faster than expected.
Bayley has spent her whole career with many of her peers doubting her abilities. The competition tends to overlook Bayley. Bayley's looking to end it. Bayley, here we go. A second time.
Dominating shoulder tackle. Michael, to pick up on what you said about Bayley not getting respect, it dates all the way back to her time at NXT. You would think after her success there, no one would really underestimate her again.
I'll sum up the answer. Bayley came over to larger waters up against bigger fish, and now
She's just happy with her spot at the kiddie table while the adults run the women's division.
She's out of it, guys.
Yeah, she's leaving herself wide open here.
I spoke with Bayley earlier tonight, and she told me she's not embarrassed or ashamed of the love and passion she had for WWE growing up. She's proud to look back at her poems and essays that convey her desires to be a superstar.
I see where she's going with this.
She can't take any more of this.
With what Byron said about Bayley's childhood essays in mind, it's safe to say that Bayley, just like the average fan in the crowd, her super fandom is what makes her relatable to everyone in the Hugger section.
Yeah, here's the early cover from Ronda Rousey.
Oh, that was a close call.
Not yet.
The champion into the cover. A kick out, and you can see the frustration starting to build.
She's still in this one.
The blatant disrespect, but this one waved off.
Oh, clobbered by the steps.
That'll make you reassess some things.
Definitely an electric feeling to this venue tonight.
Well, you can't ask for much more than this, especially given how talented these women are.
And she comes up short.
If you're going to leave your feet, you got to make sure you're going to land the move.
Oof!
What a hurricanrana!
Going for the cover. Very curious move to go for a pinfall at this point.
It's going to take more than that to keep her down.
Shoulder tackle.
Uh-oh.
Look at this, Byron.
It doesn't look like she's going to get her to tap here.
She somehow breaks free.
But you have to wonder how much damage was done.
Oh, man, right to the arm.
Hyperextend your elbow.
And now it's Bayley on her heels.
But she knew this match wasn't going to be easy.
You know, she's the kind of competitor that actually likes getting hit. It motivates her. And this might just be what she needs to put her over the top, believe it or not.
Well, she's looked good up until now. She just has to make sure not to absorb too much punishment here if she wants to get back into this thing.
Ooh, what impact. Wait a minute. She's up on that top turnbuckle.
She won't be for long.
Avalanche arm drag. Irish whip. Hold on, guys. This isn't good.
No question about it, Cole.
Trouble up on the top rope. Oh, impactful slam. Boom, what impact. Oh, straight forearm.
Talk about dismantling your opponent. You know, I've known Bayley for a long time, and it pains me to say how susceptible she is to being betrayed. For some reason, her trust and kindness become a weakness that many superstars have exploited.
Nailed it.
Check this out. Breaker. Observing how Bayley is constantly being betrayed as Byron did has given her a reputation as a pushover among the women in WWE. I think her desire to be everyone's friend holds Bayley back from making history of her own.
Nope, not true, Cole. Bayley has been stabbed in the back more times than anybody in history. That is a feather in the cap of her legacy.
Big elbow.
Using the elbow as a weapon. Gonna have to get back in the ring here, guys.
Running out of time. The champ in defensive mode here. Her hopes of winning this match may very well be in jeopardy.
She's not looking so good here, guys. She's going to need to find a way to fend off some of this offense, and quickly.
One of these women has to pull away here eventually. At this point, it looks like it might just be her opponent.
Oh, nasty impact.
This might be it. Oh, my. Ooh, things are looking bleak for Bayley here.
I don't know how much more punishment she can take.
This is the champion into the cover. Kick out at 2. Oh, that may have been a slow count.
Very admirable performance here, but you have to wonder if she's risking permanent injury.
She's looking at it. Wow, talk about knowing where you're at all times. Quickly into the cover with the title on the line. Ronda Rousey kicks out of the pin early.
Not yet.
Don't think that went as planned.
Boy, that's the truth. Dominating shoulder tackle.
Taking on any more damage here could very well mean the beginning of the end.
This is a grueling championship match. Nobody wants to lose this opportunity.
Big punch finds its mark.
Oh, filthy. This could be it. Cover. Kicking out of that man. Used up her last bit of energy.
Wow, I thought for sure that was it.
Oh, the reversal by Bayley.
What have we got here? She's got her. She's in control. She's in full control now. She's got her. Look out here. What's going to happen now? She's in full control now. No, there's the reversal.
Look at Bayley making her move. She's almost out of it.
Look at that. She escapes.
Talk about coming up clutch.
I think she's trying to prove a point here. What is keeping this competitor going?
What a match. She's flipped the switch and the light is on.
Incoming!
At this point, it looks like even the winner of this match will walk out of here beaten and battered.
This is a grueling championship match. Nobody wants to lose this opportunity. Oh, straight forearm. She goes for the cover. I wouldn't have been surprised if that was it. Wow.
So resourceful.
The champion into the cover. Real close. Too close for comfort.
She just will not give up, Cole.
Backdrop.
Both of these superstars looking a little worse for wear right now.
Oh no, we've got a problem here, guys.
No kidding. Who knows what will happen next? We're about to see something highly devastating, gentlemen.
This is bad.
Superplex!
Oh, man, did you see the impact?
Can she end it here? Barely at 2.5.
I gotta tell you, I thought she was done there.
Oh, look at this, raining down sharp elbows.
Cover. I thought that was it.
I can't believe what we're seeing here.
This is a grueling championship match. Nobody wants to lose this opportunity.
Side headlock applied.
Bayley has her inner sights.
Oh, here it comes! Belly to belly! That should do it.
Here's the pin, title on the line! Here we go! 2, 3. You can put this one in the bank. And here's another peek at some of the more memorable parts of the match.
Some pretty good give and take in this match, as these highlights show.
Look at her go.
Critics of these ladies in the WWE might not have been very impressed, but they did do some nice things in there.
and that's exactly how she wanted to end this thing.
Here is your winner, and the new Raw Women's Champion, Bayley.
And there's your winner here in this singles match.
That's a big win right there. Anytime you can pin another WWE competitor's shoulders to the mat for the 3 count, you should be proud.
And that's the kind of action we've come to expect here on Raw. What an amazing match. You can expect these superstars to put their bodies on the line to take each other down.
These superstars have waited a long...
She goes for the cover. And the champ kicks out. Not yet.
You've got to believe this one's over.
Billy 2K19.
The WWE Universe is chomping at the bit to see these two competitors go at it.
You can count me in on the excitement. I can't wait. Well, you can't ask for much more than this, especially given how talented these women are. Beautiful technique.
The champion into the cover. Bayley quickly getting the shoulder up.
Gonna take a whole lot more.
What a stomp. Good. The shoulders are down, and she kicks out.
Way too early.
No one's backing down here. What an impasse.
Oh, look,
Elbows off the chest.
I think this is the beginning of the end.
Look at this. She releases the hold.
That's a little surprising. No?
Ronda Rousey's done playing.
It doesn't look like she's going to get...
No, she breaks it.
Wow, she's quite the escape artist, Michael.
Oh, nice. Looking for all the glory here. And the champ kicks out. She goes for the cover. She's looking to get out of here with a win early.
She's still in this one.
The champion into the cover. Digging deep for a kick out.
too soon.
There is no taller order in WWE than attempting to defeat the baddest woman on the planet. Byron, how can any woman gain a victory over Ronda Rousey?
Well, obviously, training is the utmost importance as Ronda approaches every fight with a lot of preparation. But here's the thing. Ronda has been training her whole life. How do you overcome that? Harsh impact.
Oh, and a snapmare. That'll give you whiplash. We talked about strategy going into a match with Ronda Rousey. Byron says it's almost impossible. Corey, would you agree?
Yeah, the only strategy I'd employ is depending on luck. Rousey's MMA losses came when she was surprised by a miracle strike, so any competitor has to hope they hit that lucky shot too.
Oh, look at this, locked in, submission move here.
And Bayley makes the cover. Ooh, what impact.
What a stomp.
Good grief.
Oh,
We have a new champion.
Nailed it.
let's take another look at these women in action.
These ladies weren't world beaters in this one, but the match provided a few fireworks. Well, that match wasn't much to look at, but at least they gave a little bit of effort. Kind of like some women I've dated. Wow. That was some seriously painful action to watch. Watching paint dry might have actually been more exciting.
Here is your winner, and the new Raw Women's Champion, Bayley.
This was a much-needed win.
You know, it didn't happen often, but I can attest being pinned is humiliating.
I think I can safely speak for all of us when I say that was an amazing contest. You can feel the electricity running through this arena. This is going to be some battle. One-on-one, mano-a-mano.
Here we go, fellas. I've been looking forward to this one for quite some time.
Oh, what a knee. Woo-wee.
Beautiful technique.
Sometimes you'll see a smile on Ronda Rousey's face, but that changes once she goes into combat mode, Corey.
Call the cops when Ronda's on the loose. She'll tell you she's not a wrestler or a fighter. Ronda's a martial artist. Her judo training means she puts out maximum efficiency with minimum effort. There's a philosophy, purpose, and direction in everything she does.
She goes for the cover. Boom. Nice.
What a way to win a singles match.
And here's a look back at some of the action from the previous match.
Here is your winner, and the new Raw Women's Champion, Bayley.
You're looking at the winner of this one-on-one match.
That may have been one of the most dominant performances I've seen in a very long time.
Boy, I don't think we're going to have too many disappointed viewers at home. Not with action like we just saw.
This matchup has the potential to be special.
We could be moments away from an instant classic. And given the
Pinning predicament.
Oh, nasty impact.
We have the crowning of a new champion.
We've got some time to take another look at some of the highlights from that one.
Here is your winner, and the new Women's Champion, Bayley.
She certainly looked good in that victory.
And talk about displaying a never-say-die attitude. It was as if winning was the only option here tonight.
You're going to be hard-pressed to find action like what we just saw anywhere else, but right here on Raw. And there's the bell. And here we go. This is the type of battle that you can show someone who's new to our brand of entertainment and say, this is what WWE's all about.
And given the athleticism of these women, this one promises to be a can't miss.
Shoulder tackle. Kick. She goes for the cover. The champion into the cover.
Didn't have to dig very deep to kick out of that one.
Wow.
Harsh impact.
Boom, what impact. Knee drop. Bayley kicks out easily. Not even close.
Now it's Bayley on her heels.
This one appears far from over, and she knows that.
Pump the brakes a bit, Cole. I know exactly what you're thinking, and I can tell you with all certainty, she still has plenty of gas left in the tank.
How she responds to this is going to be very important moving forward. She simply cannot let it take her out of her game plan.
Woo-wee. You gotta believe this one's over.
Whether it's in a ring, an octagon, or on the big screen, Ronda Rousey has truly embodied her nickname. The baddest woman on
the champion into the cover. And she kicks out at 2.
She's still in this one.
Byron touched on Ronda Rousey's nickname as the baddest woman on the planet. Her Olympic, MMA, and WWE careers certainly support the name that the public gave her, but it does put a huge target on her back.
Yeah, but Rousey welcomes any challenge, Cole. 15 consecutive MMA victories, all by submission or knockout, all but one concluding in the first round. And she's continued that dominance in WWE. Any woman who wants to challenge Ronda's moniker has more guts than brains.
Avalanche arm drag. Irish whip. It's rare that a competitor can steal the show in their very first match. But Ronda Rousey did just that, and she did it at WrestleMania. Straight forearm.
Michael, you mentioned Ronda Rousey's WrestleMania debut, and she was somehow the standout star in that show-stealing match. That's no small feat when you consider her partner was Kurt Angle, and their opponents were Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, Triple H and Angle have no shortage of WrestleMania moments, and Stephanie McMahon's had some big matches too, but the one everyone was talking about after the match was Ronda Rousey. Something tells me we'll have even more show-stealing WrestleMania matches from the baddest woman on the planet by the time it's all said and done.
It's become Bayley's MO to fight from underneath. Since her days as NXT, she's had to overcome setback after setback.
Well, certainly known as an ultimate underdog, Bayley faltered many times early in her career. But her devotion and die-hard attitude inspired a passionate following within the WWE Universe that in turn lifted Bayley to great heights.
Straight forearm.
Dominating shoulder tackle.
We harped on Bayley's underdog past, It still sticks with her, but she does find ways to put herself in a position for success, despite her humble nature.
Well, underdogs are good for fairy tales, Cole, but this is real life, where the women's division is about asserting dominance for leaf clothing.
Oh, what a knee. Jumping, leaping attack. Hold on, guys. This isn't good.
No question.
Drop kick right on point. Things are looking bleak for Bayley here. Ronda Rousey's done playing. She better do something fast. And she breaks free.
I don't know how she did it, but that was impressive.
Close quarters. The champ's starting to sweat. She has a lot to lose if she continues to let the challenger in like this.
If you're worried about her now, you haven't seen many of her matches. She can withstand so harsh impact.
Bayley can end it here.
But now can Bayley capitalize?
She's mounting a comeback. We'll see if it's enough. Oh, what a close. She's humming like a well-oiled machine.
Oh, man, she's rolling now.
You know, despite Ronda's rigorous training,
Bayley hooks her up.
Oh, my gosh.
That's how you put an exclamation point on a match. That'll knock you silly, that's for sure.
Looks to me, guys, like the champ has no plans on
Belly to belly.
What a comeback.
you're not going to win many matches that easily.
Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow. Beautiful technique.
Incredible drop.
Oh, nasty impact.
Ronda Rousey's done playing. Oh, what impact.
Oh, man, Bayley's going to need a hug after that. Bayley really needs to dig down deep and fast. Dominating shoulder tackle. Looks to me like these superstars are running on fumes right about now. I don't know how these superstars are doing it right now. They've got to be exhausted.
I really can't believe what's gone down so far. This match has been even more physical than I thought it would be. Here she goes, back in the ring now. Shoulder tackle. She's got to remember to get back in the ring before the referee's 10 count. Back in the ring again. Right across. What a strike. We know who that is.
These two absolutely detest each other.
That's how you wear down your opponent.
Oh, man, right to the neck.
Some people might not agree, but I think sometimes Bayley can be a bit too much.
This is a grueling championship match. Nobody wants to lose this opportunity. Both these superstars appear to be operating on fumes here, guys.
Oh, look at this, raining down sharp elbows.
She's got her in her sights. Ronda Rousey's done playing.
Gotta like the champ's chances now.
Ooh, what impact. Game, set, match. This one is over. This night could be over for Bayley.
Shoulders down. Championship on the line. 3. Retains the title. No doubt it was a good one. Here's another look.
That's the kind of match that makes me proud to be here at ringside. Action from the opening bell and a finish people won't soon forget. I just love it when the women put on a show like that one. You can see right here the moments that made this match a great one.
Here's your winner, and still the Raw Women's Champion, the baddest woman on the planet.
It's Alexa Bliss on the way. You better look out now. Uh-oh, this is the confrontation we've all been waiting for.
Oh, my.
Yeah, she's getting after it, showing great energy.
This could be...
Nailed it. Got every ounce of that one. This could be over.
But now,
And 2 from the goddess with insult to injury.
Oh, man, the champ looks absolutely out of it right now. You gotta believe this one's over. That's how you put an exclamation point on the end of a match, guys.
Look at Alexa Bliss. She's feeling it. What more can Alexa Bliss say about Ronda Rousey that just wouldn't make Alexa a bigger target than she already is? She goes for the cover, and she gets the shoulders up.
She's still in this one.
Now that got those shoulders on the mat, and Alexa Bliss gets out of the pinfall.
She got the shoulder up. That's all that counts.
Oh, straight forearm. We have Alexa Bliss in action here, and she's been one of the most dominant competitors in WWE since moving up from NXT. How can her competition earn a win here tonight?
I'd say Bliss has one tiny flaw. Take it from the most unflappable commentator in WWE history. Some competitors have temper issues, and getting under the skin of someone like Alexa Bliss is key. Actually, I've been thinking about what I said earlier about Alexa Bliss's temper, and I realized that I was way out of line. The goddess doesn't have a temper. It's everybody else's fault for being so annoying.
Sure it is. Corey, if Bliss hears what you said before,
The cover.
Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow.
Since day one of arriving in WWE, Ronda Rousey, here's a cover.
There's the pinfall and the victory.
A lot of good action in that one. Here's another look.
this was another great moment. She's taking care of business. And here's how she finished this thing.
Here are your winners, Alexa Bliss and Bayley.
A very decisive victory here tonight.
Wow, when you pick up a pinfall victory over somebody like that, you've done something right.
The action we see each and every year at Money in the Bank simply never ceases to amaze me.
What more can Alexa Bliss say about Ronda Rousey that just wouldn't make Alexa a bigger target than she already is? Alexa's already called Ronda an overhyped rookie and a spoiler.
I'll stop you right there, Cole. You just can't understand the mind games Alexa plays. She's the best at getting her opponent angry and using that anger against them. That's the same strategy I expect to see employed tonight.
Guys, unless there's some sort of minor miracle that takes place here, we're about to witness a complete massacre.
Corey, you did have a point on how Alexa Bliss can get under opponent's skin, and we all know how emotional Ronda Rousey can be. Mind games might be a great strategy.
If she goes for the cover. And she kicks out with relative ease.
Too early in the match to end it.
Oh, using the knee as a weapon.
In 2017, the WWE Universe saw the immeasurable power of Braun Strowman unleashed in handicap matches. The monster among men annihilated teams of 2, 3, and 4 men and made it look so easy it was almost difficult to comprehend. On the February 6th episode of Monday Night Raw, the Leviathan Braun Strowman absolutely destroyed 4 local competitors and made it look like child's play.
Corey, I remember when we called the action that night on Raw and Braun Strowman was simply unstoppable. The easiest way to put it is that Braun Strowman doesn't care if he's in the ring against local competitors or WWE superstars because Braun Strowman just wants to tear people apart. There aren't many individuals who are just as dominant in handicap matches as they are in traditional singles matchups.
What we saw in that match from Braun Strowman was almost like witnessing a massacre right in front of our eyes. One of the competitors just sprinted out of the...
She goes for the cover.
We've seen handicap matches throughout WWE.
The pinfall and the victory. Well, the numbers don't always tell the story in a handicap match. Here's another look.
And if you don't enjoy watching her perform, there's something seriously wrong with you.
Here are your
Bully 2K19.
WWE competitor's shoulders to the mat for the 3 count. You should be proud.
That match certainly lived up to the expectations of what you would see here at Money in the Bank. Andre the Giant is capable of leaving carnage in the ring. Just look at the 8th wonder of the world's 15-year undefeated streak for proof. Headbutt!
Woo-wee! What a strike!
Axe handle finds its target.
This could stop AJ Styles for a while.
It might, but it probably won't.
But he's very aware of who he's in there with and what he has to do to rebound.
Well, this certainly escalated in a hurry. I don't think any of us expected to see him fall behind so quickly.
Wisely bringing the action back into the ring. This might be it.
Oh, my.
AJ Styles beginning to look a little tired.
Unfamiliar sight.
And at this point, how much more does he have to give?
Nailed it.
He caught him slipping. He goes for the cover. Referee barely had time to begin a count there.
Not yet.
Andre the Giant can't be enjoying this.
What's AJ Styles going to do with this?
Who knows?
AJ Styles has got him.
This may be the beginning of the end.
What's AJ Styles going to do now?
Andre is down and in serious, serious trouble.
He's in big trouble.
Oof.
Down to the floor.
The only strategy I think makes any sense when you go up against Andre the Giant is to utilize the classic boxing technique of stick and move. Land a shot on the big man, then move. Land another shot, then move again.
Coming up with a plan to go up against the enormous Andre the Giant is literally a superstar's biggest challenge. Corey, the idea you mentioned earlier, trying to stick and move, might be the best approach.
Both of you have mentioned the stick and move technique as the best way to battle Andre the Giant, and I agree.
Here we go. AJ Styles setting up.
You can never count AJ Styles out, but his few losses of note are coming from bigger opponents who countered Styles' aerial attack.
If you're going to beat Styles, you need a strong move. Roman Reigns barely escaped their rivalry, but he got 2 big wins with some well-timed spears.
What a punch! To your point, Corey, I can think of another time strength stopped the phenomenal one. When John Cena rolled from an attitude adjustment into a second AA to win their classic match at the Alamo Dome.
And you can't forget AJ's match against Brock Lesnar. Styles survived.
What does Andre the Giant have in store? Is he done?
Billy 2K19.
He breaks out.
He's not done just yet, Michael. Wow, AJ Styles is being controlled now.
Boom, what impact.
AJ Styles looks like he's a step behind there, guys.
Yeah, he's really hurting.
Unfamiliar showing from AJ. I personally think fighting champions are idiots, but AJ Styles hasn't turned away any challengers since joining SmackDown Live.
Incoming! Here we go. Andre the Giant is in position. Corey, you said before that his constant defenses are idiotic. But between his U.S. Championship Open Challenge and his WWE Championship reigns, we've seen plenty of all-time classics.
Who else but AJ Styles would give Ty Dillinger a United States Championship match mere weeks after his debut? Or give James Ellsworth 2 WWE Championship opportunities? That's why he's the champ that runs the camp.
You just proved my point. It's idiocy.
Clothesline!
Right in the back of the neck.
Andre the Giant on the defensive here.
I fully expect him to bounce back, though. This is the type of one-on-one atmosphere where he thrives.
I wouldn't call for the medics just yet, Cole.
We got a cover. 2, 3.
This singles match has come to an end. Wow.
Here's another quick look at some of the highlights.
One thing I can say about that match is that it had a few
Here is your
interesting
winner,
moments.
the phenomenal
Very few.
AJ Styles!
What a back-and-forth battle that was.
To get the pinfall victory over such a high-quality opponent is incredibly impressive, Michael.
Another amazing match in the long and storied history of Survivor Series.
This should be an incredible matchup. I mean, both men have extensive offensive repertoires, lasting endurance, and an insatiable appetite to be number one.
And this is one of those matches where it's hard to believe we get paid for this. Well, actually, hard to believe Saxton gets paid for anything.
With AJ Styles in the ring, you know this match is going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, the only thing I could possibly dislike about the match is that you're calling it with me.
Drop down. Now leapfrog.
Leapfrog.
Woo-wee.
Andre the Giant had an appreciation for fine cuisine like a 5-star Michelin-rated chef and knowledge of wines from all over the world that would rival the most sophisticated wine enthusiast. There are also stories of Andre eating 16 steaks and 12 lobster tails in a single sitting at dinner.
WWE Hall of Famer Pat Patterson tells incredible stories of Andre the Giant going from restaurant to restaurant while on the road, enjoying an amazing range of cuisines and wines from one end of the world to the other.
The eighth wonder of the world was known as a connoisseur of the finer things in life and even owned a restaurant at one point in the historic Canadian city of Montreal. Andre the Giant did it all and then some.
Just disrespect right there. I kind of like it.
What does AJ Styles have to do at this point to stay in this match? He can't be happy with how this is going right now.
If he wants to win this thing, he's going to need to make some changes here. There's no way he can stay in this match if he doesn't find a way to fend off this attack.
Guys, I wasn't anticipating this type of performance from him tonight. He's starting to look a little lost in there right now.
AJ Styles with a nice reversal.
He's got him covered.
And AJ Styles powers out. Gonna take a whole lot more. People have always underestimated AJ Styles his whole life. He's used to not being the He's the strongest guy, but he never lets it get in his way.
There he goes, crashing to the floor. Like Byron mentioned, in comparison to a lot of superstars, size and strength is something AJ always seems to be lacking.
Yeah, but I don't see that mattering. AJ's got that pit bull mentality when he's going to come at you no matter what. He remedies whatever he lacks by working harder, waking up earlier, and staying later than any superstar in the locker room.
What a disgusting way to treat a WWE official. This match is tossed out. And we're underway. Looking at these two men, I don't think there's going to be anything traditional about this one-on-one matchup.
And man, I never get tired of watching these guys compete.
I don't know where Styles gets his burst, but you think he's down and out, but then out of nowhere, he can hit you with a flurry of strikes.
And then AJ may just be one Styles clash away from victory. Oh, nasty impact.
He's left wide open here.
I don't think he even realizes it. He looks dazed.
This is about to get bad. Lariat.
Elbow drop. Bringing it back into the ring. And he's heading back in. Oh, the dreaded claw to the shoulder. Man. AJ Styles losing some grip here.
Styles has to get it together. He's going to want to make sure this doesn't snowball out of control.
He just has to make sure this doesn't get too out of hand for him. Sometimes, momentum has a way of permanently swinging one way. That's what he wants to avoid here.
You seem more motivated than ever heading into this match, which makes me think he still has plenty of fight left in him.
Superplex!
Man!
Toss to the outside. He's bringing it back inside the ring now.
Got the leg. Dragon screw. That'll tear your knee up. Oh my goodness, this hurts. Oh! Uh-oh.
Knee right to the face.
Oh, man.
Andre the Giant on some offense now. To be expected, though. It's not like he's in there with a slouch, guys.
Hey, you're going to absorb some punishment in a wrestling match. It just goes along with the territory, and he knows that. I doubt he's all that concerned at this point.
I know it's early, but he has to do everything in his power not to let this get out of hand.
In 1993, a touching video tribute on the career of Andre the Giant aired across all of WWE television programs. That footage was the way WWE announced the creation of its Hall of Fame and its first induction.
AJ Styles wins. Let's take another look at these guys in action.
Here is your winner, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
A very impressive victory.
That's the kind of win that makes you feel good about yourself.
It'll be interesting to see the fallout following this big singles win here tonight. And we're underway. Looking at these two men, I don't think there's going to be anything traditional about this one-on-one matchup.
No matter what, it is impossible to escape the intimidating aura of the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
Now, you and I can't dispute that, Saxton. There is no greater force than the 7'4", 500-pound Giant. What a stomp!
Good grief.
Clothesline.
Good grief. Vicious strike.
Double axe handle smash.
AJ Styles looking a little out of his element.
You don't see that very often.
This could be the start of an ugly downward spiral if he's not careful.
Well, he had to expect to take some punishment tonight. You don't step in the ring with this guy and walk away completely unscathed.
I know it's somewhat early still, but this could be a pivotal point in this match, guys. Let's see how he reacts here.
While it doesn't have the legacy of Raw and SmackDown, WWE Jacked is the only WWE program you've seen AJ Styles on before 2016.
Got the leg. Dragon screw. That'll tear your knee up.
You gotta believe this one's over. It's Andre the Giant on the defensive now.
Michael, that Jacked match from 2002 is actually on WWE.com. During the match, Jonathan Coachman mentions how great a prospect AJ Styles was in the early 2000s.
See, even back then, Coach was smarter than you. And don't forget Styles' opponent. He fought the Hurricane. It was no pushover back then. At that point, Hurricane had more experience, but Styles almost pulled off a win on Jacked.
Knocks up. Pele kick. Just breaking down the opponent. We may have a count out here, guys.
It certainly looks that way, Michael.
Every superstar tries to create a finishing move that they can perform on any opponent. I don't care who you are. Andre the Giant's sit-down splash will leave you in the canvas permanently.
Billy 2K19.
And we're underway. Looking at these two men, I don't think there's going to be anything traditional about this one-on-one matchup. He's got the shoulders down. He's a long way from the 3 count, I can tell you that.
Not yet.
What a clothesline! Ouch! Ooh, that'll mess up your shoulder.
Oh, that's just disrespect right there. I kind of like it.
Ooh, what impact. Harsh impact.
Beautiful technique.
This might be it. Oh, my. AJ Styles caught a bit off guard there.
Which is a rare sight.
He's still got plenty of gas left in his tank, though.
Hey, it's
His shoulder down.
Axe handle finds the mark.
He's a long way from a 3 count, I can tell you that.
Gonna take more than that.
Look at this. And the shoulder's up in time.
Oh, man, I don't know who to root for.
2K19.
These competitors are squaring off, looking to outmatch each other.
Gonna be a tall task for one of these two.
Look at them, locked inside that cage like a couple of rabid animals.
With AJ Styles in the ring, you know this match is going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Yikes.
Yeah, the only thing I could possibly dislike about the match is that you're calling it with me.
Oh, that hurt to the spine.
Picking the spot.
Clothesline. What a stomp. Good grief.
Nailed it. Oh, nasty impact.
AJ Styles looking a little out of his element.
You don't see that very often. With these two guys, we all knew this was going to be an all-out battle.
Yeah, he's taking on some offense here, but that's to be expected, especially considering who he's in the ring with.
The good news for him is that he doesn't appear to have taken too much offense up to this point, but that can obviously all change here. The WWE Universe has seen the evolution of the steel cage in the enclosure known today as Hell in a Cell. The first time an enclosed cage was seen was in October of 1983 in the last Battle of Atlanta. The enclosed cage was seen a few years later in the War Games match from the NWA. There were even cages stacked on top of each other like
AJ Styles wins.
Now is a good time to look at some of the highlights from that last matchup.
Here is your winner, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Impressive showing there en route to the win.
Hey, they both gave it their all, but in the end, we were left with the best man standing.
As we close the book on this match, I need to remind everybody just how big of a win this was. Simply amazing.
Andre the Giant is capable of leaving carnage in the ring. Just look at the 8th wonder of the world's 15-year undefeated streak for proof.
These guys are undoubtedly going to give us a show here tonight.
No matter what, it is impossible to escape the intimidating aura of the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
Now, you and I can't dispute that, Saxton. There is no greater force than the 7'4", 500-pound giant. Sharp one right to the cheekbone.
AJ Styles caught a bit off guard there.
Which is a rare sight, but we all know that he isn't afraid of a good fight, which is what we're seeing here.
Locks up. Pele kick. AJ Styles has the uncanny ability to make big matches even bigger. Case in point, his show-stealing match against Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 33.
Oh, man, right to the arm.
Hyperextend your elbow.
Big knee right to the face. Oh, man.
Andre the Giant now on the defensive. He's really going to need to create some space for himself.
You know, Michael, AJ Styles entered WrestleMania with a chip on his shoulder. Styles had a lot of frustration about Shane's handling of the #1 contendership and took it out with some brutal offense.
I mean, you can tell both competitors earned a lot of respect for each other after that match, as Shane recruited Styles to help in his matches against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Beautiful technique.
We talk about how important stipulations are in a steel cage match. If superstars sign a contract where the only way to win is escape the cage and have both your feet touch the floor, the competitors must have a plan. Especially since you have to be comfortable trying to escape through the cage door as you do climbing over the top of the cage and vice versa.
Oh, what a right! Man, that's some attitude behind it.
Corey, you touched on something moments ago that's so important for the combatants in a steel cage match to remember. A superstar must be able to think offensively to figure out how they're going to escape the cage. They must think defensively at the same time so they can prevent their opponent from getting out of the cage first and winning the match.
Well, a superstar must become comfortable with escaping the cage by both exiting the cage door and by climbing over the top of the cage. They must also be aware of their attributes and what's best for them. Let's just say if you're a giant like The Big Show, The Undertaker, Kane, or even Braun Strowman, it's preferred to exit through the cage door.
Before 2017's Extreme Rules, there were just 3 previous tag team matches where championship gold was decided inside a steel cage in the history of WWE special events. The Hardy Boys were in 2 of those matches. At Extreme Rules, in order to win the match, both members of a team had to exit the cage and have both feet on the floor.
The Hardys used their famous continuity to gain the early advantage until Cesaro and Sheamus utilized their devastating power to slow the pace of the match down. Both teams battled atop the steel cage, but in the end, Sheamus and Cesaro won the race to the arena floor to become new Raw Tag Team Champions.
You gotta believe this one's over. Harsh impact.
Boom, what impact!
The steel cage is a massive enclosure that stands 15 feet in height. For almost 35 years, a select group of high flyers have taken their aerial assaults to greater heights. And when I say that, I mean superstars climb to the top of the steel cage, the real high-rent district, and dive off onto their opponent. And that all started with one man in October of 1983, Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
To your point earlier, Byron, we've definitely seen some unbelievable attacks be launched from the top of the steel cage. And you mentioned the most iconic, the steel cage match for the Intercontinental Championship that saw Jimmy Superfly Snuka clash against bitter rival, the magnificent Morocco.
There's no denying that Superfly set the bar. You look over the years to people like Jeff and Matt Hardy, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, and Chris Jericho. They continued to push the envelope and executed unbelievable attacks from the top of the cage. And watch Rikishi take flight off the top of the steel cage. Wow.
Many of the early WrestleMania events were shaped by the colossal presence of the 8th wonder of the world.
And here we go with what will undoubtedly be a thrilling...
Andre the Giant is in position.
This is it. Is he done? And he escapes the submission.
And good thing, that could have been disastrous.
Oh, perfect kick.
Devastating elbow.
Oh, look at this. Ooh! What a stomp.
Good grief. Big elbow.
drop down. Now leapfrog. Trap the arm. To the neck breaker.
The best way to describe combatants clashing inside a steel cage is its battle of attrition. Sometimes a superstar is left with no choice but to fight fire with fire and do whatever they need to do in order to win the match. And sometimes it comes down to a superstar doing whatever they need to do in order to survive.
Oof, gut punch. Nasty. Oof. Oh, that hurt to the spine.
Picking the spot.
Byron, you touched on this earlier, but it's so important for a superstar to accept that there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in a steel cage match. That the conflict will be resolved within the 15-foot-high steel walls that surround the ring. And that losing a cage match can mean much more than a mark in the loss column. For some, it has meant the end of their career.
It's difficult to describe the damage that can be done to a superstar who competes in a steel cage match. We see the physical harm, but we don't see the psychological effects from being inside the cage. Make no mistake about it, Michael. The steel cage true.
Oh, AJ Styles may have it. Over the last 2 decades, AJ Styles has had countless main events. Is it at all possible to get AJ Styles off his game?
Look, I'd say that it is. Not everyone can keep their cool as well as I do.
Oh, and he slips out.
Wow, looked to me like he had it locked in pretty good. I guess not.
Guys, I just looked up some of AJ's losses. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens focused their brilliant minds on flummoxing Styles, and they both beat the champ. And then there's James Ellsworth.
Well, in no universe should James Ellsworth be able to even phase AJ Styles, but Dean Ambrose ticked off Styles enough that Ellsworth beat AJ Styles twice.
Miracles happen, Byron. You're actually in this game. Boom!
Ooh, what impact. So much damage inflicted. Harsh impact.
Irish whip. Wicked clothesline.
There's a certain feeling that comes over the combatants in a steel cage match once they hear the door close and see the official lock it. A superstar must know that their body is going to be thrown against the steel, that their face will most likely be raked across the cage, and that anything is legal in this environment.
Ooh! Oh, nasty impact. Ooh!
You spoke about this earlier, Corey. It's crucial for a WWE superstar to fully understand the gravity of the situation they're in when they battle inside a 15-foot-high steel cage. An individual must be ready to endure pure brutality and be prepared for the fight of their life. No one leaves a steel cage match without scars.
Corey, you said something of value for once, and that anything is legal inside the steel cage. To that point, something else we've seen over the years is interference. Whether it's The Undertaker coming up through the ring or John Cena getting bashed in the head with the cage door from the outside, it's all legal in the cage.
This might be it.
Oh, my.
Boom, what impact.
Nailed it.
Boom.
What a strike. Right on the mark.
What a strike. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other. You gotta believe this one's over.
Ooh, what impact. Beautiful technique. The only strategy I think makes any sense when you go up against Andre the Giant is to utilize the classic boxing technique of stick and move. Land a shot on the big man, then move. Land another shot, then move again.
Oh, boy, he is rolling. Harsh impact.
Beautiful technique.
This might be it.
Oh, my. Ooh, what impact.
Nailed it.
These guys are giving it absolutely everything they've got. Both these superstars appear to be operating on fumes here, guys. The time for talk is over. We'll find out who the best is in the ring right now.
I am so excited this moment is finally here.
Well, the door's locked, and at this point, the competitors might just be wondering exactly what they've gotten themselves into.
No matter what, it is impossible to escape the intimidating aura of the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
Now, even I can't dispute that, Saxton. There is no greater force than the 7'4", 500-pound Giant.
DDT!
Spiked him.
Clothesline!
Right in the back of the neck.
Oh, debilitating elbow drop.
According to historians, the twisted metal that we see as part of steel cages today dates back 80 years. To settle a dispute between competitors Jack Bloomfield and Count Pietro Rossi, the two met inside a ring surrounded by chicken wire. At first, these types of matches were referred to as fence matches.
Boom, what impact! Ooh! You gotta believe this one's over!
Oh, nasty impact.
Corey, you gave us an impressive history of the origins of the steel cage match. I'd like to point out to our viewers that from the 1960s to the mid-1980s, chain link fences were used to enclose the ring for WWE steel cage matches. A superstar could win by pinfall submission or by exiting the cage through the cage door or climbing over the top of the cage.
We should also point out, Michael, that the way to win a steel cage match can vary by match depending on what was agreed to before contracts to compete in the match were signed. Talking about history, at WrestleMania 2, WWE unveiled the redesigned steel cage with solid steel blue bars before returning to chain link mesh in the late 1990s. The steel cage is a massive enclosure that stands 15 feet in height. For almost 35 years, a select group of high flyers have taken their aerial assaults to greater heights. And when I say that, I mean superstars climb to the top of the steel cage, the real high-rent district, and dive off onto their opponent. And that all started with one man in October of
Abili 2K19.
This should be an incredible matchup. I mean, both men have extensive offensive repertoires, lasting endurance, and an insatiable appetite to be number one.
For generations, the steel cage match has been considered one of the most ruthless matches of all time.
No matter what, it is impossible to escape the intimidating aura of the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
Yeah, you and I can't dispute that, Saxton. There is no greater force than the 7'4", 500-pound Giant.
Woo-wee.
Oh, what a slam!
Impactful.
It'll jar your spine. Ooh, just dropped.
He might have it.
Look out. Andre the Giant is measuring.
Is he done? He forces his way free.
Man, he just has so much resolve.
What a stomp.
Good grief. Harsh impact.
We talk about how important stipulations are in a steel cage match. If superstars sign a contract where the only way to win is escape the cage and have both your feet touch the floor, the competitors must have a plan. Especially since you have to be comfortable trying to escape through the cage door as you do climbing over the top of the cage and vice versa.
What a strike. Corey, you touched on something moments ago that's so important for the combatants in a steel cage match to remember. A superstar must be able to think offensively to figure out how they're going to escape the cage. They must think defensively at the same time so they can prevent their opponent from getting out of the cage first and winning the match.
Well, a superstar must become comfortable with escaping the cage by both exiting the cage door and by climbing over the top of the cage. They must also be aware of their attributes and what's best for them. Let's just say if you're a giant like The Big Show, The Undertaker, Kane, or even Braun Strowman, it's preferred to exit through the cage door.
After 18 years, people told AJ Styles he'd never survive in the WWE. After 18 years, people said you'll never win the WWE Championship. AJ Styles has proven those people wrong.
You guys see that distance? What a clothesline.
Good grief.
This could be dangerous.
Dropped from above.
This is not going to end well for Andre the Giant.
What's AJ Styles going to do now? What's AJ Styles going to do with this?
Who knows?
Oh, nasty impact.
Boom, what impact. Here he goes.
Every superstar tries to create a finishing move that they can perform on any opponent. I don't care who you are. Andre the Giant's sit-down splash will leave you in the canvas.
Whoa, he works his way out.
A bit of a Houdini job right there.
Hurricane Rana.
Good grief.
AJ Styles is getting ready. There are certain finishers that seem like there's no coming back from. I think if you pulled the WWE locker room to sit down splash, we know what's coming here. What a strike.
Ooh, right to the face.
Looking to lock it in here. Nicely done as he gets out of the submission.
Color me surprised, Michael. I did not see that one coming.
If you want to know why AJ Styles is determined to be the best this industry has to offer, check out the tattoos on his torso.
I'm no stranger to ink. I mean, it's my show, Superstar Ink. AJ's tattoos catch your eye because they show what's most important to Styles, his family.
Ooh-wee. This might be it.
Oh, my.
Elbow drop. Oh, continuing to punish them.
Now, those tattoos we discussed, if you could slow down Styles enough to actually read them, you'll see a series of dates that correspond to the births of his children.
AJ Styles already has an exceptional skill set, but those tattoos show that Styles has a never-ending supply of motivation as well.
Beautiful technique.
He's looking at it. Andre the Giant has eyes to finish.
This might not have been a wise move for him here, Michael.
How'd he do that?
I don't know, Michael, but good thing. I don't think he could have taken much more of that.
Oh, the reversal by AJ Styles.
Jarring impact.
The end may be near. All respect given, it looks like Andre the Giant could be done for. There's a good chance he can't recover from this.
The look on his face right now tells me he'd rather be any...
Somehow he breaks it.
He may have broken free, Cole, but I assure you the damage has already been done.
A pin attempt. 2. He gets the shoulder up before 3.
That's all right, Cole. Both of these superstars looking a little worse for wear right now.
Headbutt to the back of the neck.
What a chancery.
What a reversal by AJ Styles.
Styles is always thinking, oh boy, he is rolling.
Calf crusher.
Now it's time to capitalize.
And AJ Styles is your winner. Now let's get another look at some of the high points of that one.
These fans got their money's worth in this one, as you can see right here.
Here is your winner, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
AJ Styles pulls out the win.
Great effort from both these guys, Michael. I'm willing to bet this isn't the last time we see them square off.
And it looks to me like our winner is already thinking about the next match. Always one step ahead.